Well, hello and welcome to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher as well as energy healer to women all over the world. And I assist them in both living and manifesting an exquisite life for themselves. Now, if you've been around The Elegant Life YouTube channel for a while, you know that I have not posted a video for a few weeks now. It's not normal, it's not regular, and the title of this video suggests the reason why. I have been going through some difficult times in the last 3 weeks, definitely supporting some people very close to me within my own core family, as well as dear friends and family. It's been an intense time, and my time and energy has been needed to be there to support them instead of work and things like that. So it has been a really challenging time that has taken an extraordinary amount of time and energy from me. And I wanted to share with you 5 things that I did and that you can do too whenever you're going through a difficult time to support yourself, to elegantly move through those difficult times, because they will come. I think a lot of people might, I'm not sure, but you might look at my life and me and say, well, everything must always be perfect and elegant for Erin. I will put my hand on my heart and say 90 to 95% of the time, due to the way I live, the way I think, the processes and routines and rituals I do, it truly is a life of ease and flow. Yet, we are here living a life with other people, and we are always going to go to a next level, another level. There will be things that will come in that will require us to move through them. And it is always a choice of how to do that. Now, sometimes your how is, I don't know how. Well, that's why you watch this channel, because I teach you, I empower you with tools, techniques, processes to be able to move through these elegantly so that you don't get stuck, so that these difficult times don't last a year. They last a week or 2, or sometimes even an hour. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 things that I did that I really recommend for you that will support you whenever you go through any difficult time in your life. So here we go. Let's start with the first one. I have to say, ladies, that number 1 is movement. If you've been around here on The Elegant Life, you know that I do not speak of exercise, I speak of movement. And all of the ladies who just went through The Elegant Art of Feminine Confidence know this to their core. They know what movement means in an elegant sense. I'm not going to go too deeply into it now, but what do you do when you are really in an intense situation? There's a lot going on. You really want to move. You want to keep the energy moving, because we can, if we get stuck in an emotion, our whole energetic system can turn and focus and just add energy to that negative emotion. And that's what we're going to be vibrating. That's what we're going to be attracting into our life if we continuously keep our energy moving. Feelings and emotions can naturally just express themselves in a positive, healthy way, not in an angry way, not in a self-destructive way. And so movement really supports us. Not only that, movement allows positive hormones such as serotonin and oxytocin to be released, which gives us happy, peaceful, loving feelings instead of what we might be currently feeling, okay? So that's the other reason. Not to mention that when you move, all of your cells get beautiful, fresh blood. They get the nutrients that you want them to get when you're eating your food. So not going to go too much into that, but here's what I found. I was going through such an intense time, not sleeping well due to being woken up in the middle of the night for various reasons. And I was feeling very fatigued. And for a person that needs their sleep, this was really taking its toll on me. So how do you move when you feel utterly exhausted? I'm going to give you 2 ideas that will really support you. Number 1 is walking. Walking is one of the kindest, best, most feminine ways of movement you could gift yourself. It is low on the stress level. It is just fluid and soft, and it is perfection. You do not have to do it fast. It's just that every part of your body gets to move by the motion of walking. So however you can, even if it's around your house or just around the block or in a park or even a YouTube video, walking at home video, do that. The second one is doing a type of yoga called yin yoga. Yin yoga definitely is the female feminine energy way of doing yoga. It is not a stressing, taxing thing like vinyasa yoga or ashtanga yoga, which is more masculine energy. Yin yoga is you going into a position and allowing the laws of gravity to move you into the position. It is a very beautiful, feminine, flowing, receiving, opening movement. So you still are moving, allowing, opening the channels of energy, yet it is not going to tax you or stress you. I found that was one of the things that served me the best through all these times. So I'll put a link below of one of my favorite ladies who does yin yoga extraordinarily good. Number 2, what did I do that really served me in my difficult times these past weeks? I meditated. Now, don't shut off the video yet, because I normally do a special kind of meditation. You've probably heard me talk about my Start Your Day with Elegance and Flow meditation. I couldn't even have enough energy to do that. Yeah, my energy was really low. So all I did was set a timer, close my eyes, and just repeat a mantra over and over and over for 5 minutes. Sometimes I went longer, but I sometimes could only manage 5 minutes. What was my mantra? For me, it was aham. Aham, 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 aham. Now, I was saying this internally. You can say it outside, but often it's very good to just say it internally, silently. All I did was that. Now, there's reasons why this is so good for your nervous system, to calm it down and give it rest. But the biggest reason is because aham doesn't mean anything to me. Therefore, my brain is not attaching, trying to give meaning, make meaning, trying to do something. It is simply repeating something that doesn't mean anything to me. And so all I get to do is turn down every other nervous system in my body and just go on autopilot with this, calming myself. That is one of the best ways to meditate when you are really tired, exhausted, or stressed. Okay? You can do it multiple times a day or even once a day, but that will serve you. Number 3, rest and nap. Seems difficult for women. I know. I was running around serving 2 children who do homeschooling. Okay? So I'm like cooking 3 times a day. I was running around serving my husband, who had to be isolated in a bedroom, okay, cooking different things for him because he could only eat certain things. I was back and forth to the emergency at all times of the day. I don't want to go into it, but it was taxing. So I really didn't have a lot of time to rest. But I found those moments, and I gave myself total and utter permission to just lay down 5 minutes and just close my eyes and not even do the meditation. Just maybe even fall asleep. Sometimes I'd have to set my timer. Sometimes when I was in my nap, I got woken up or someone needed me. And that will bring me to my next point. What do you do when you're trying to do all of these things and still life is calling you and pulling you back in and stopping you from doing things that relax you? Well, you do number 4. First of all, feel the emotion right now that you're feeling, and then choose to let it go. Now, let me take you through something very quickly here. I could go into a whole video teaching of this, And I do go into those in my private groups. I teach this more specifically, but right now, get a piece of paper and pen and write this down. You do not want to suppress feelings because that adds to you holding energy. It takes energy to suppress things, so you do not suppress. But the other thing you do not do is just express it, because that adds fuel to the fire of exactly what you don't want. Okay, you do not want to add fuel to the fire of what you want. It is good sometimes to go and hit your pillow or punch on something soft to let it out. That is healthy, but it still does not take the core underneath reason. So first of all, feel it. Close your eyes and feel it. Oh my God. Go do what you need to do. Serve that person. Do whatever you need to take care of. But then take that moment and feel that feeling. Feel it. Feel it. And then ask yourself this question. Ready? Could I release this emotion? Could I? Now you might say yes, or you might say no way, or I don't know. Whatever your answer, move on to the next question. Would I let it go if I could? And again, your answers might be varied here, especially the first time. I guess I would if I could. Go to the next question, which is, okay, when? When would you let it go? I don't know. Or you could say, now. And you take yourself through those three questions and you go back and you try to bring up what else is left. Let's just say it was anger that you were feeling. So you bring up that feeling of anger again and you feel it in that situation. Maybe it's that resentfulness and you're just feeling it. Ask yourself the question again. Could I let this feeling go? Yeah, I guess I could. Would I let it go if I could? Yeah. It's just a feeling. Yeah, I could let it go. When? Now. Okay, now go back and see if you can feel it. Usually this process takes a few times. And sometimes it can take up to 5 times for you to go through those 3 questions. But I guarantee you will get to a point where you're trying to find that resentful or that angry feeling and you just can't. It's neutral. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to get to. And I'll tell you, out of all of the 5 strategies that I'm talking about, that one is what saved me over these past few weeks. Because situations can happen, but you can feel neutral about them. You don't have to think they're good. You don't have to think they're bad. You can just go ahead and do what you need to do without having that strong emotion attached to it. The strong attachment is what's going to cause your suffering. And as a woman who chooses to live elegantly, that's what I had to do when I noticed things were getting out of control for me. Okay, I could not continue with this level of exhaustion and stress. So I did that. And wouldn't you know, my outer reality started changing and shifting like that. All right, and let's move on to the very, very last strategy. You've probably heard this before, but it is really, really key. It is to have gratitude for what is going well, for what you have done well, what you have managed to do, what you have in your life that is positive and good. We can get so focused, especially during these times, on what is so wrong and so not good and so frustrating and so, out of our control. And yet, if we simply take a couple of minutes, and it is best to write it down. It is really, truly best. Yet, if you can't, which some days I couldn't, and you just, after you've washed your face or something, you've done your skincare routine, and you just put your hand on your heart and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am so grateful that I have been well enough to actually take care of these people. I am so grateful that I live in such a beautiful place. I mean, I'm just saying what I would say. Yours would be different, but I see this beautiful view outside my window every single day. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful for. Your perspective on life, your situation will shift. And even if it's this much, that much can have a profound effect on your overall well-being, your overall perspective. Lower that cortisol level and give you that extra boost that you need to get up the next day and go through it. And I promise you, when your energy changes, your outer reality will change, because that is the law. That is the law. Your reality is a reflection of what's going on inside. And what I'll tell you is, throughout this time, I have had multiple epiphanies. We are always able to expand. When we think we can't, we always do. And so did the people around me and in my life. They all had a massive transformation and shift. So let's really review them very quickly again. You've got movement, you've got napping, you've got meditation, you've got gratitude, and you've got letting go. Feeling the emotion, and then choosing to let it go. And I promise you, things will change more elegantly, more quickly, and more in flow than if you just remained in that resistance. It's great to be back, ladies. Let me know in the comments which number resonated with you the most, which one you know you're going to put into your routine during these times right now. Make it an elegant week, and I will see you next time.